We are following a developing story out of Vienna where negotiators from 6 countries they are racing against the clock to meet tomorrow's deadline for a nuclear deal with Iran. NBC's chief foreign affairs correspondent Andrea Mitchell joins me now from Vienna. And Andrea, how close are they now?
It's hard to tell because there is a blackout on any news out of the talks, but from all signs, from the reporting I've been able to do, it is coming together. We've heard from the Iranian side and from the Russian foreign minister who's back in Moscow. They've all had conversations. John Kerry has been meeting with all of them today, first the group, then separately with the Iranian foreign minister Zarif, then individually with the British and French foreign ministers. So there's a lot that's going on. They are circulating draft language, narrowing differences. We do know that President Obama briefed Kerry and Moniz, Ernie Moniz, the energy secretary here, who is John Kerry's negotiating partner with the Iranians and the others. They briefed the president on what has happened so far here. And last night, by secure video conference, the president told them what he wants, what his red lines are, presumably, how much he's willing to go for, what the bottom line would be. Then that was being circulated, of course, in the meetings this morning. And we have yet to see whether or not they will meet what is their optimistic deadline. Francis, that would be by midnight tonight, midnight tonight, back in Washington, D.C., which would be 6 o'clock in the morning Vienna time. That would give them the shorter window for a congressional review. Pardon me while the sirens go by. So that would be midnight tonight in Vienna, 6 a.m. in Washington, D.C. That would enable them to have only a 30-day review in Congress. But if it goes beyond that, then they would have to have a 60-day review, a minimum of 60-day review. Before then, there would be a vote, presumably, and the president could decide whether or not within 10 days to veto if Congress were to try to overturn this. The presumption is, Francis, that the longer that critics have to generate opposition to this, to look at the details, and they have been arguing that they should be able to look at all of the fine print, that would possibly jeopardize any potential deal. But it's not at all clear that they'll get the deal. The only question now is if or when.
All right. Andrea, also want to ask you about Senator John McCain. He's going to be on your show today. So what has the congressional response been so far?
There's been a lot of criticism from Republicans. We're very eager to hear what John McCain has to say. He also, of course, chaired that very important hearing this week in Armed Services, where he learned, presumably for the first time, publicly at least, we learned that only 60 anti-ISIS rebels in Syria have been trained in the last year, with $500 million spent. That's about a 4% success rate on recruitment in the first year of this program, according to my colleague Jim Miklaszewski at the Pentagon. That is really an appalling record, and that certainly set off McCain and the others on the committee, Democrats and Republicans. Not happy about any of that.
All right,
Francis,
Andrea
forgive the windstorm. The hurricane season is starting already in Vienna.
And there you are,
just now,
covering that as well, amongst other things that you do. Kudos for hanging in there with that strong wind. I appreciate it. Andrea, thank you.
You bet.